And good day, everybody, and how are we doing? And here we are. I'm doing the German nationality training campaign of cards, which we had a choice from America, as those who've seen in the first video, or Germany, which we are going to do all 5 of the nations. But anyhow, we're going to start the number 3. And we just got our 2 planes on the last one, and which I wanted to say too that even today I'm playing and I made a mistake where I didn't have a guard, and I focused on the kingdom to knock down, and went face, and I could have maybe went, and I just didn't pay attention. So sometimes, guys, we make mistakes, but that's what we learn. But anyhow, in this battle, we're going to learn about the blitz ability, and looks like we're going to also get our first fighter play, so we're going to take off and do this. All right. And so it says here, if your deck is empty, we also receive a damage. Could they call that the fatigue or something? But we'll get into that in the futures. Okay, so now they're giving us on our headquarters here, they're giving us 12 and 10. So it says we are advancing to the enemy position, but they're coming out to meet us. Take control of the front line as fast as you can to secure units from the support line. Okay. So we're going to continue here. Now here we're going to be learning about the blitz ability as I've understood. So we're going to do as they ask, and now we did our first turn. I guess these 0 count cards are cool, eh? It's got blitz, eh? Nice. It means he got to come out right away. Yeah, nice. Okay, so anyway, takes a pot shot on us. There we go. All right, and now it says blitz. The enemy is deployed. It's 554th Regiment, and the blitz ability using the unit can move and attack at the same turn as they come down. Blitz units are great for seizing control of the front line and being attacked before the enemy can respond. So they can move and attack at the same turn, which I know in the Germans they have the tanks, which I think is very, very decent as well. Alright, so we're going to, I guess, attack that, so they lost it, and give a friendly tank for each type you control. I'm going to wait for now because maybe they'll give us a tank. And as I understand, we get 1/1 for each type of unit. So if we have a tank, infantry, plane, I think that we get more. Alright, you have a Pack 36, new type of unit, ground, attack anywhere in the battlefield. Go, and I love artillery. Deploy to your support line, and the next turn you can attack a target with artillery to receive no damage back when they attack targets. Alright, so just like the bombers, they receive no damage unless there's a fighter, so which I think is a fighter you can attack, but again we'll learn about those tactics in the future. So anyhow, they ask us to put it like so. And now I could possibly do that, but I think I'm going to let him come down because he actually has to come down and shoot one. So I'm going to try to prolong these tutorials as long as I can, guys, just to give you that little sense of what we need to do. Okay, anyhow, this one here, so again, reading the cards are very important. So now we've got a chance to use the fighter. So I've drawn the MEBF 109, new type of fighter, which we earned in the previous deck. I think we get 2 of them. And the units that can attack anywhere in the battlefield, deploy your support line, and we attack the enemy headquarters. And the fighters can attack the targets anywhere in the battlefield, preventing enemy bombers there. And prevent enemy bombers, yeah. So if there's bombers, the bombers can't attack whatever line you have the fighters on. So what we will do, of course, we're going to we probably should hit the tank, but the tank can actually come down and usually do 2 attacks. So, but we're going to put the plane down, just as I said. We're going to prolong this as much as we can, and we'll see what happens on the next turn here. Okay, just so we get the idea. And also, guys, as I said in the previous ideas, that we have to also read the cards. Now, technically, I think this tank could have actually took that out, to be honest. They decided to take the people. Okay, so I could have waited to do that. This one here, when a tank comes out, it does 1 damage to it. Okay, so now again, when we attack with this, we get no damage. So again, of course, we're going to open that up. And now we're going to put our smoke screen down, and now we've got 2 types of units. Now we'd like to get an artillery down, but it's it's a friendly tank, so we can do it to a tank. Here we go. So reading cards, and some will say, see here, I didn't quite read that right, but anyhow, there we go. So there's our friendly tank, and some will say the artilleries, or could be planes. So we got our little buffs. Of course, we're gonna take the plane out. All right, now we've got a 3-6. So I think now we should. Here we go, because we can do the move. We'll put this like so, and we still have 3 credits left, guys. And this is the nice thing about this. If you do everything perfectly, you try to maximize all your credits here, okay? So now our Stuke 3F is now a 5-6, which unless you have something big to remove it, these can only go up once unless they have the blitz. So here it says can move and attack during the same turn. Okay, so now I don't know if that means when we put it down. So that means that because these guys usually can only move once and that's it, or they can attack, but they can't move. So this gives that little extra bonus to the card. So we're going to move these guys up, and just for the sake, I'm going to pump that like that, and we'll hit this one more time. As I said, I'll prolong these just a little bit long so you get to see how the game potentially could turn out. And we'll just do one more here. We'll just see how the cards roll out. We'll see what they give us next. We have 25 cards left too. So we can practice and practice all day, but at least we have the idea. And again, this card, so when a tank is deployed, there's always 1 damage to the tank, which is nice. And cards like this, guys, are never not say that they're any good, because you see, they could actually save a game for you. You see? Now this one, as I said, can move and attack the same turn, so you can take advantage of this. This is almost like having a blitz card, but you have to wait 1 turn, okay? And then we have enough room where we can put our Stuke 3 down, and then we have a choice. We can tank it, or let's put the Volks Grenadiers in there, okay? And then we'll finish it here instead of doing a turn. But anyhow, this gave us an opportunity to see how reading the cards and deploying is very important, and usually the strategy will be set up by this next game. Alright, so we got a thing called Joint Operation. Deal damage to a target equal plus the number of units that type you control. Looks like they're a special card. So as I understand, again, like the buff we get, so for every independent style, so I manage the maximum you can get would be 1 for the plane, 1 for the artillery, 1 for the tank, I guess, and I suppose 1 for the infantry. So I think the maximum you can make is 4 damage if you get lucky on a turn, which is probably a 2 to 3 damage card, unless the person's running all tanks or something like that. But it's equal to 1 plus the number, so it's 1 plus. So I think it could potentially could be a 5, I think, but I think it's hard to get. It's probably a 2 to 3 damage card. The 2 drop is pretty decent. So anyhow, we'll go like that, and there it is, guys. So now we've got our rewards from the first one, our rewards from the previous video number 2. This is now the third one, is our joint operation. And of course, as the upcoming battle is packed with action, we're going to go all in. Your first bomber is ready, and we'll learn more about it. And we're going to do the smoke screen ability, and you can also learn about deploying effects. And strategically, guys, that's the key word, strategically. Use the retreat effect. And I'm going to learn about this one as well. So, and of course, what I'm going to do here at the end, I will pop on my camera and say, just so you get to see your host, which is me, and I am Encon, the minister, and I am your player and teacher and moderator for the series. And we'll see you in video number 4, man. Ciao.